Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, deep dive into one of the most talked about and sought after coins of the modern era, the 2023 United States of America $quarter featuring the iconic Eleanor Roosevelt. This isn't just any coin you'd find in your change jar, it's a potential hidden gem that collectors across the country are scrambling to get their hands on, and if you've got one with the right features, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. This stunning quarter is part of the American Women Quarters program, an initiative by the U.S. Mint that honors extraordinary women who shaped the history and culture of the United States. The 2023 release celebrates Eleanor Roosevelt, the longest-serving First Lady of the United States, a human rights champion, and one of the most influential women of the 20th century. Her image on this coin is not just a tribute, it's a powerful symbol of courage, leadership, and enduring legacy. Now let's talk about what makes this coin truly exciting for collectors. The details and craftsmanship are absolutely remarkable. On the obverse, it carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, but it's the reverse that steals the spotlight, featuring a beautifully detailed engraving of Eleanor Roosevelt with symbolic elements that represent her work with the United Nations and her advocacy for civil and human rights. It's more than a coin, it's a piece of American history captured in metal, but here's where things get really interesting. While millions of these coins were minted, a rare few have surfaced with unique errors and features that send their value soaring through the roof. These are not your average quarters, folks, these are rare mint error coins, and they are shaking up the collector market in a big way. These valuable errors include off-center strikes, double dies, die chips, and even coins with missing elements or unusual planchet issues. These kinds of errors make each coin one of a kind, and the rarer the error, the higher the demand. One of the most sought-after errors on the 2023 Eleanor Roosevelt quarter is a dramatic die break, sometimes called a cut error, where a portion of the design appears to be covered or missing due to a damaged die during minting. Another desirable variety is the double die obverse, where you can clearly see doubling in the text or features of George Washington's face, making it jump out under magnification. These are the types of errors that serious collectors are hunting for because they represent true anomalies, coins that slipped past the strict quality controls of the U.S. Mint and into circulation. Collectors can identify these valuable features by using a simple magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and examining the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for areas around the edges, letters, or main design where the image appears duplicated, misaligned, or oddly raised. Any of these signs could indicate a valuable error. And if you think you've got one, it's a smart idea to have it graded by a professional coin grading service to confirm its authenticity and condition. This can dramatically increase its value. What makes these coins even more thrilling is their sudden surge in market demand. In recent months, there have been verified reports of rare error versions of the 2023 Eleanor Roosevelt quarter selling for thousands of dollars in online auctions and private sales. The collector world is buzzing with excitement over these coins, with many experts predicting their value will only rise as more people become aware of their rarity. Because of Eleanor Roosevelt's immense historical importance and the limited window in which these minting errors occurred, these special coins are considered modern treasures in the numismatic community. Now, if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare error coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially with a prominent and confirmed minting error, hold on to it tightly or get it appraised, because it could be worth as much as $28,000. That's right, $28,000 for a single quarter that might be sitting in your coin jar or pocket change right now. Second rare coin, we're diving into a true gem from the past, the 1973 United States of America Washington $quarter. This isn't just another coin you find rattling around in your pocket or hiding in a jar at the back of the closet. This is a piece of American history that could be worth far more than its face value if you know what to look for. So stick around and pay close attention, because one of these coins could change everything for you. The 1973 Washington quarter is part of a beloved series that started way back in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The design became iconic, with Washington's profile on the obverse, sculpted by John Flanagan, and the proud American eagle standing tall on the reverse, symbolizing strength, vigilance, and freedom. By 1973, the quarter had already become a cornerstone of American coinage, but what makes this specific year so special is not just its patriotic legacy, it's the rare and valuable minting errors that have made this coin a hot target for collectors around the world. Even though millions of Washington quarters were minted in 1973, only a very small number contain the special characteristics that send their value into the stratosphere. These rare varieties are not always easy to spot, but for those with a sharp eye and a little knowledge, they can be worth a small fortune. What makes certain 1973 quarters so valuable are minting mistakes and anomalies that slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint's quality control, and these flaws turn ordinary coins into extraordinary collectibles. One of the most coveted errors is the double die obverse, where you can see noticeable doubling in the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," or even in the date, 1973, itself. This happens when the die that stamps the coin strikes the design more than once, slightly out of alignment, creating a doubled effect that can be seen with the naked eye or under magnification. Another extremely rare error involves off-center strikes, where the entire design is printed off to one side, leaving part of the coin blank, an obvious and exciting mistake that collectors absolutely love. There are also die cracks, die chips, and even examples where the clad layer is missing, exposing the pure copper core beneath. These planchet errors are incredibly rare and instantly recognizable once you know what to look for. And let's not forget about full strike, high-grade coins that have been perfectly preserved for decades. These mint state coins, especially in grades like MS-66 and above, are also commanding impressive prices in the collector market due to their pristine condition and limited supply. So how can you spot a rare 1973 quarter? Start by examining your coin under a bright light and with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the letters, numbers, and edges of the coin for signs of doubling, cracks, unusual shapes, or off-center printing. The more dramatic and clear the error, the higher the potential value. If you think you've found something unusual, the best next step is to have it professionally graded by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will certify the coin's condition and help you determine its true market value. Collectors are going crazy for rare and error-filled 1973 quarters right now, and some recent auction results have proven just how valuable these coins can be. With the popularity of coin collecting on the rise and a renewed interest in error coins, the demand for these rare varieties has never been higher. Coin shows, online auctions, and private sales are seeing impressive figures for these coins, and the excitement surrounding the 1973 Washington quarter just keeps growing. Now here's the moment you've been waiting for. If you happen to have one of these rare 1973 Washington quarter dollar coins with a confirmed and dramatic mint error, especially in top uncirculated condition, it could be worth as much as $60,000. That's right, $60,000 for a single quarter. Imagine finding a coin like that in your collection, or tucked away in an old drawer. That's the kind of discovery dreams are made of. Third expensive coin, we are diving into the thrilling world of coin collecting with a spotlight on a true sleeper hit, the 1985 United States of America Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter you'd find in your change, but don't be fooled, this ordinary-looking coin could be hiding some extraordinary secrets. Some of these rare varieties have turned into jaw-dropping discoveries for collectors, and today you're going to find out exactly why this coin is making headlines in the numismatic world. The Washington quarter has been a beloved staple of American coinage since 1932, but each year and mint mark can tell a different story, and the 1985 edition is no exception. Minted in Philadelphia, this coin carries the P mint mark on the obverse side, just next to Washington's ponytail. While millions of these coins were minted that year, only a select few were struck with errors that went unnoticed at the time, and those special errors are what make this particular coin one of the most exciting discoveries for collectors today. The design itself features the strong and steady profile of George Washington on the front, a powerful symbol of American leadership and tradition. On the reverse, the majestic bald eagle stands with wings spread and arrows in its talons, a proud emblem of strength, vigilance, and freedom. But beyond this classic imagery lies the true treasure. the rare minting errors that can turn this coin from pocket change into a high-value collector's item. Among the most valuable types of 1985 P quarters are those with doubling, especially the doubled die obverse. This is where elements of the design, like the word liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," or even the date, 1985, appear to have a shadow or double image when viewed closely. This kind of doubling is not caused by wear, it's the result of a die that struck the coin more than once in slightly different positions, creating a stunning visual effect that collectors go wild for. Another major error to watch for is the off-center strike. Imagine the coin's design printed significantly off to one side, sometimes with a portion of the coin completely blank. This is not only easy to spot but also extremely desirable among error collectors. Then there are broad strikes, where the coin appears wider and flatter due to being struck without a retaining collar. This too creates a dramatic look and adds tremendous value to the piece. Let's not forget the rarest of them all, the coins that were struck on the wrong planchet. There are confirmed cases of 1985 quarters that were accidentally struck on nickel or even penny planchets, resulting in smaller, lighter, and often oddly colored coins. These planchet errors are extremely rare, and when authenticated by a grading service, they become showstoppers in any coin collection. To identify these valuable traits, you don't need to be a professional. Just grab a good magnifying glass, examine your 1985 P quarter under a bright light, and look closely for signs of doubling, misalignment, missing edges, or strange coloration. Pay extra attention to the rim and the lettering, as many of these features can reveal hidden errors that aren't immediately visible to the naked eye. If you suspect you have something rare, sending your coin to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC can confirm its rarity and potentially skyrocket its market value. Collectors are currently on the hunt for 1985 P quarters with these rare characteristics, and the demand is rising fast. Online auctions and coin shows have seen record-breaking prices for these error coins in recent months, especially those in mint state condition. The thrill of discovering one of these rare pieces in a forgotten coin jar, a family collection, or even your pocket change is what makes this hobby so exciting and rewarding. People who never imagined they were holding something valuable have turned casual finds into serious cash, and it all starts with knowing what to look for. And now for the best part: if you happen to have a 1985 P Washington quarter with a major mint error, especially one in uncirculated or near perfect condition, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $45,000. That's right, $45,000 for a coin that originally had a value of just 25 cents. That's the magic of rare error coins, they turn everyday items into priceless treasures. Especially, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but it could actually be one of the most exciting and valuable pieces in modern U.S. coinage, the 1995 P Washington quarter dollar. That's right, this humble 25-cent coin could be worth far more than you'd ever expect, and if you've got one with the right features, it might just take your collection, and your wallet, to the next level. The Washington quarter has been an icon in American currency since 1932, and the design is instantly recognizable. With the bold profile of George Washington on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse, this coin represents the spirit and strength of the United States. But what makes the 1995 P quarter stand out from the rest isn't just the classic look, it's the rare and highly collectible errors that have captured the attention of coin collectors everywhere. These are the kinds of coins that slip through the minting process with unique flaws, making them one-of-a-kind treasures that can command big money on the market. Now, the 1995 P quarter was minted in Philadelphia, and while millions were produced, only a select few were struck with errors that have turned them into some of the most sought-after coins in the modern era. These errors aren't just interesting, they're extremely valuable, especially when found in high-grade condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare pieces because they represent a perfect blend of historical significance, rarity, and visual appeal. One of the most talked about errors on the 1995 P quarter is the double die obverse. This happens when the coin is struck by a die that has the design doubled, resulting in clear, visible doubling on the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or even the date, 1995, itself. These aren't tiny differences. You can often see the doubling with the naked eye, and under magnification, it becomes even more dramatic. These kinds of errors are incredibly popular among collectors because they're easy to identify, and they make the coin visually striking and unmistakably rare. Another exciting variety that has been discovered on the 1995 P quarter is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably misaligned and leaves a portion of the coin blank or unevenly struck. These errors are eye-catching and unusual, which makes them highly desirable. There are also examples of die cracks and die breaks, where lines appear across the coin due to a damaged die. These types of errors give the coin a rugged, unique look that only adds to its appeal for error coin enthusiasts. There are even reports of wrong planchet errors, where a quarter is struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or metal composition. These mistakes are extremely rare and typically get certified quickly by professional grading services because of their unusual characteristics and the excitement they generate among serious collectors. When coins like this show up in auctions or sales, they often spark bidding wars that drive prices well above expectations. So how can you tell if your 1995 P quarter is special? Start by examining it closely under a bright light using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Pay close attention to the text and numbers on the coin, look for signs of doubling, unusual spacing, or anything that seems out of the ordinary. Check the edges, the rim, and both sides for cracks, chips, or strange lines. If something catches your eye and looks like an error, it could be worth getting it certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC, which can confirm its authenticity and help determine its market value. Collectors around the country are actively searching for these coins, and the demand is steadily rising. In fact, some 1995 P Washington quarters with strong doubling or other major errors have recently sold for impressive prices at auction and through private collectors. With the growing popularity of error coins and modern rarities, this coin has found a new life in the spotlight, and that spotlight is getting brighter every day. And now, for the part you've all been waiting for, if you are lucky enough to have a 1995 P Washington quarter dollar with a rare and dramatic mint error, especially in uncirculated or mint state condition, you could be holding a coin worth as much as $25,000. That's right, $25,000 for a coin that many people still overlook as common change. It just goes to show that hidden treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Last unique coin is all about one of the most exciting and potentially valuable coins hiding in plain sight, the 1979 United States of America Washington quarter dollar. That's right, this seemingly ordinary coin could be a jackpot waiting to be discovered, and if you're lucky enough to spot the right version with the right features, you might just have a rare gem worth thousands. So grab your coin jars, roll up your sleeves, and let's dive into why this quarter is making waves in the collector world. The Washington quarter has been a mainstay of U.S. coinage since 1932, honoring the legacy of the nation's first president, George Washington. It features his iconic profile on the obverse side, symbolizing strength, leadership, and American heritage. The reverse showcases a bold eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows, a timeless representation of the country's power and vigilance. While these coins are familiar to all of us, what sets the 1979 D version apart is not just its beautiful design, but the incredibly rare and valuable mint errors that occurred during its production at the Denver Mint. Even though millions of these quarters were minted in 1979, a tiny number were struck with unusual and eye-catching errors that have since become the center of attention for collectors and investors alike. These minting anomalies are what make the 1979 D quarter so special, and what could turn a regular coin into an extraordinary collectible worth big money. Error coins are like hidden treasures from the minting process, rare and beautiful mistakes that were never meant to exist, making them even more desirable for collectors chasing the thrill of the find. Among the most valuable errors found on the 1979 D quarter is the double die obverse, where parts of the coin's design, particularly the lettering in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date, 1979, appear to be doubled. This doubling can usually be seen clearly without even needing high magnification, and under a jeweler's loupe, the effect becomes even more dramatic. These errors are extremely rare, and because they're visible and striking, they command high prices in the market and create a buzz every time they appear. Another incredible and highly collectible error is the off-center strike. This is where the design is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a coin that has a portion of the image or rim missing, with some blank space showing on one side. These coins are visually impressive, easy to spot, and incredibly attractive to collectors looking for unique pieces to add to their collections. The more off-center the strike, without affecting the date and mint mark, the more valuable the coin becomes. There are also fascinating examples of broad-struck errors, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar that shapes its edge. This results in a flattened, stretched-out appearance that makes the coin stand out immediately. These types of coins have been spotted among the 1979 D quarters, and when found in high-grade condition, they can fetch premium prices from collectors hungry for rare finds. The Denver Mint is known for its sharp strikes, so when an error slips through the cracks, it becomes an even bigger deal in the numismatic world. Some 1979 D quarters have also surfaced with die chips or cuds, raised bumps or missing portions of the design caused by damaged dies during the minting process. These features give the coin a rugged, imperfect charm that collectors find incredibly appealing. And if that wasn't enough, there are also instances of coins struck on the wrong planchet, meaning a quarter was struck on a blank intended for another denomination, like a dime or a foreign coin. These ultra-rare mishaps are the crown jewels of coin errors and can command breathtaking prices when verified and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. To identify one of these special 1979 D quarters, all you need is a bit of patience and a good eye. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and carefully examine both sides of the coin. Pay close attention to the text, the date, the rim, and any parts of the design that look out of place or distorted. Look for doubling, misalignment, missing details, or unusual shapes in the letters and numbers. If you find something suspicious, don't toss it aside. It might just be the treasure you've been hoping to find. Collectors across the country are actively seeking out these coins, and the buzz around the 1979 D quarter has only grown louder as more rare examples have surfaced in online auctions and private collections. Some quarters with bold, clear errors have sold for thousands of dollars, with bidding wars breaking out among eager collectors looking to secure these rare coins before they disappear into someone's long-term collection. The demand for modern era coins is soaring, and the 1979 D is right at the center of that excitement. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, if you are lucky enough to come across a 1979 D Washington quarter dollar with a dramatic minting error, especially in mint state or uncirculated condition, it could be worth as much as $50,000. That's right, $50,000 for a single quarter that may be hiding in your change, a coin roll, or an old family collection just waiting to be discovered. So go ahead, check those old jars, drawers, and forgotten piggy banks. You never know what kind of history and hidden value might be sitting right under your nose. If you think you found something special, share it with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your discoveries, help you identify potential treasures, and guide you on how to get them graded and valued. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the next exciting journey into the world of rare and valuable coins. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy hunting and keep your eyes sharp, because the next big find might just be in your hands right now.